Wake up in the morning feeling good right now. I know it, where my joy come from. It's the morning, oh, it's the morning.
Yo, let me ask you a question. If you saw yourself in someone else in direct proportion, would you be happy with the person that you're looking at? And it's about that I want to talk about today. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the I'm Up No Excuse podcast. I'm your host, Montez, and I'm so grateful you decided to join me today. Listen, it's been a great last few days. I'm working out my schedule with how I'm going to post these and such, but y'all got to let me know, like, how often do you want to hear these? I know we're still building, so it's not a huge demand, but I want to keep the content coming to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just playing with that idea and keep it in motion. Listen, I hope you're doing well. If you are here for the first time, welcome. All I'm doing is venting my thoughts, but if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I hope that what I'm saying is helping you or giving you some ideas, as it gives me ideas. But before we get started, before we address the question that I just asked, y'all already know how we do it. Regardless if you're at home or you're in your car, we're gonna take a second and we breathe and reset ourselves. So if you would, breathe in and out. Breathe in, out. In and out. One more time, breathe in and out. Perfect. All right. So my reason for asking you that question, a couple things. One, I got a phone call the other day from someone, and it was some of the best encouragement that I have received in a while. And I think it felt like it was the best, maybe simply because you don't always hear it often, especially from people that you know, that are like very familiar to you, that call and say, hey man, you encourage me, you inspire me. I really appreciate your work ethic and your hustle and such and such and such. So it's like when you hear stuff like that, it kind of put me in perspective. Like, man, it's interesting. We don't always move as if somebody's watching us. Sometimes we move for the moment. We move for what's next, but we don't always move in appreciation of, like, hey, listen, there's somebody out there literally paying attention to our every move, as much of our move as they can, so that way when you're successful, they want to take those exact steps. Think about the person that you look up to now, your idol, the person who may be in the same field as you, and you ask the question, how did they get there? And I'm willing to bet that you're willing to do the exact same steps to get there because you know it worked, right? So the same is true for yourself. As we work our way up, there's always somebody out here that's appreciating what we may not even realize are wins. Somebody out there is appreciating every single small win that we have, and they're like, I want to get that. So they're willing to do whatever it is that you do. So, like, being mindful of what you post online. I know we're creative people, especially in this new generation. There are more creatives out here. So just keep in mind that what you do, and I might have said it in a few episodes or maybe earlier on episodes, but what you do should be done with intention. It's not to say to care about what people think about you, but just always being mindful that the things we say and the things that we display, we're in the era of social media more than we are in the era of actually being face to face. I mean, look, you're watching me now. You know what I'm saying? So just being mindful of what we post and what we say. And then another thing, I finished the Squid games, and I'm sorry, this is going to be a spoiler alert if you've never seen it. But what it did was it exploited so much really about character. The person who's able to provide money and the person who's willing to do whatever they have to get money, even if that means trashing their character, trashing their relationships, neglecting relationships. I learned so much from that show, minus what's happening in the show. But when you take away the bigger picture, it really puts in perspective how human-less we become sometimes when we get hungry for material things. And just remember, when you die, none of this stuff really matters. So on your way to success, I think the best thing we can do is enjoy the ride of the relationships and the knowledge that we gain from other people, and do our best to pull people along with us. So when you're pulling people along with you in a different sense, when somebody's watching you, you're pulling them along. Though you may not necessarily be handing them a physical job or handing them physical money, when people are watching, you're pulling them along for the journey. You know what I mean? As an artist, as a musician, as an artist, that's for sure one of the things. Like they always say, you know, for those of you that may have been here since day one and you've been following my journey for the last 20 years, you know, I'm finna drop another album. It's like, nah, you've literally been a part of the journey to get to where they are. And the same is true for whatever it is that we're doing. When we're putting stuff online, somebody out there is taking on your journey, whether you know it or not. So be conscious about it. Post with intention, move with intention, right? Everything you post ain't gonna be for everybody else. Don't hear me wrong, like that's a perfect world situation. But y'all know what I mean. Let me know your thoughts on this. This right here kind of smacked me a bit aggressively, because I tell you what, that I can honestly say I don't always think about what I'm about to post, who it's gonna affect, and what's the outcome of it. I actually had a friend that asked me about something that I'm getting ready to post on my IG here soon, and I'm probably gonna address it because it was a very great conversation, and you can only have these conversations with your good friends, your brothers, your sisters that you can pretty much argue with, but still go out to get something to eat when it's all over with. Those kind of relationships are the best. But anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. I'm finna hit the gym. This weather is changing here in Texas. It's really changing, but it's gonna be all good. I'm trying to figure it out. You know, the other day I had a hoodie on. Not today. I'm just whatever, man. I'm headed to the gym. I don't know how you are. Make sure you are staying active, y'all. Get rid of sedentary diet, sedentary living lifestyle, which means you're sitting for the majority of your day. Start moving. Get up. Even if you work from home, make it your duty to get up and make laps while you work. Like the more you move, the healthier you become, and the better you eat, the more you can maintain a healthier lifestyle. Some stuff is beyond your control, but one thing we can control as human beings is our obesity. We control our, for the most part, our standard energy levels. All right. Again, thank you so much for joining. This is just me venting my thoughts in the morning after my meditations and manifestation and prayers. Be mindful of the things that we're spending our thoughts on and go forth. All right. Y'all have a good day. We'll talk soon. No excuses. Yo, if you like that episode, all I need you to do is subscribe, like, and comment. And make sure you share it with somebody, because maybe this piece of content could help them. Let's keep it going.